More than 250 people attended MCPS's boundary analysis meeting at Northwest High School in Germantown. The project is currently in its initial phase.
Phase 1 has included data gathering, has included community meetings. Next, we'll be receiving an interim report in the next month or so from the consultants. They'll continue to refine their work, gather more data, engage with more members of our community through small group discussions. And then we anticipate that we will receive a final report in June.
MCPS officials say the district-wide boundary analysis is intended to examine the school system's current boundaries and understand how the boundaries can be refined to prevent overcrowding and ensure that students are provided quality learning facilities. Leaders from WXY Architecture, the firm contracted by MCPS to lead the review, attended the meeting.
The purpose of this study is not to redraw school or cluster boundaries. And I'm going to apologize in advance. This is going to come up multiple times.
At times, things got heated. Many parents are skeptical of the data MCPS is collecting and fear the possibility of switching schools.
My question is, can we please hold this off until we get data from New York and other localities that show that this is a valid approach?
Where's your data to support your claim that diversity increases creativity and critical thinking?
The analysis breaks down school boundaries through 3 lenses: equity, capacity, and access.
This year alone, we added more than 2,600 students. Those students need seats, right? So many of our buildings are overutilized, and we have to do this hard work to take a look at our resources across the district. What are some factors that we can consider as we take, as we make recommendations in the future, as the board makes these boundary changes whenever we open a new school or renovate an old school?
Attendees were polled several times throughout the evening. More than half the people attending live in the southwest and northwest parts of Montgomery County, near Bethesda, Chevy Chase, Poolesville, and Germantown. 48% of people polled said it is never a good idea to occasionally review school boundaries.
I also saw that the majority of the people here tonight, unfortunately, were not from the Up County and seemed to be from the more wealthier parts of the county. So I think that's a trend that we see a lot of, that the people who tend to reside in the wealthier parts of the county are also the most reluctant to see a change in boundaries. So I can't say I was surprised to see that. I am disappointed to see that, especially since the question was worded so that it was a periodic review. And I think that obviously, especially in the richer part of the county where there's a housing moratorium currently because the schools are so over capacity, we need to be looking at the boundaries. We need to be reassessing how we draw our boundaries.
Zoe Tishaev is a student leader involved in Montgomery County Regional Student Government Association.
The board has emphasized multiple times that they are not yet looking at redrawing any boundaries, but I do want to make sure that as we move forward with the boundary analysis and any future boundary studies that we do perform, that we are giving a focus on diversity.
At the end of the meeting, only 5% of people said that they learned a great deal about the current challenges MCPS faces. 58% of attendees said they were still skeptical about the boundary analysis.
It is my anticipation that the results of the study are going to result in significant student body shifts within the Montgomery County public school districts from one school to another, starting from elementary and ending in high school level.
First of all, I don't believe we will not redraw. Otherwise, doesn't make sense for this analysis.
The parameters that our WXY is going to be using are not very clear. They themselves don't seem to have a very clear understanding of what they're going to do.
If they're worried about schools that are underperforming, which is what they should be worried about, then they have to ask, how long have they been underperforming? For decades? Is it a money issue? Is it something else? Is it the way they're teaching? Those are the important questions. You never had any of that addressed.
Reporting in Germantown, I'm Deirdre Byrne for MyMCMedia.